Hello everybody, it's Rick. It's Saturday the 28th of January 2017. Alright, what I put together here is to show my affidavits, what I'm offering. Okay, we have here a demand to vacate proof of authority, jurisdiction, to deprive property without due process, demand judicial review. We're doing that because I've noticed in a lot of people's documents, they're completely fraudulent. They're signed by a deputy clerk. They're never signed by an actual clerk, and I guarantee you they're not recorded with the clerk's office. Okay, so look, the court. Whatever the way it's written on the support order, okay, comes now a man demanded to vacate void judgments. What I do is, remember I told you guys, I attack the judgments, and it works, because in my dealing with the judge, see, what they do is they just go by the presumption. They don't see. I learned this from when I was a cop. You arrest somebody, let's say you search their car or whatever, what a good lawyer is supposed to do is attack the search, that the search was invalid. So let's say, I searched your car and I found 4 or 5 guns, but the search was bad. All right, you're not going to get your guns back, but you're not going to go to jail. Well, we're doing the same thing. What we're doing is we're saying that the support order is not valid. So you could have 20 kids. If the support order is not good, they have to vacate it. All right? And this is, let me see here. Look, this is how thick this is. All right. This is 26 pages. It was it's well done. It's 26 pages. All right. I go all over the place. Declaration of facts, constitutional rights, Supreme Court opinions in support of demand for dismissal, discharge, vacate. I got this thing. It's going to be almost impossible for them. They will dismiss it, but when they dismiss it, what you're supposed to do is you file an objection. And guess what we got here? Now we have the writ of quo warranto. Notice demand writ of quo warranto, 28 U.S.C. section, right? You submit this asking, where did you get this unbelievable power to dismiss my paperwork? Where's the evidence? I need a clarification of it. I need clarification of your authority to hold hearings and deprive property by usurping a man, your name, guarantee for a trial by jury as required by due process of law in accordance with the 7th Amendment of the Bill of Rights of the United States Constitution. That pursuant to the United States Constitution, Bill of Rights, Judicial Code of Conduct demands that judge, put the judge's name, or support magistrate or whoever presided over hearings for child support where the conclusion deprived the man, your name, of his guarantee to life, liberty, and property. All right, they never do it. All right, how big is this bad boy? Remember, I told you guys I make them lengthy. Well, this is only fucking stupid fucking printer. It's 12 pages. Okay, we got a 12-page order here. 12-page writ of quo warranto. All right, now court. Validation of debt. This goes to the child support agency. All right. What I did here, I go after the support order because these child support agencies are claiming that a child support debt is not a debt underneath the Federal Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, which is bullshit. Because a court can't create a debt. What the court is doing is they're making an order because they were told by child support, you owe money for back child support. And what the state does is the state borrows money from under the welfare program, under Title 4A. And the child support agency is a Title 4D collection agency. Now what the deal is that the state borrows money for welfare, and then what they do is they collect it from you. But meanwhile, you never. So what they're doing is they're passing the debt individually onto you. They can't do that. So they just the state got millions, if not billions of dollars for welfare, and then they're passing it all down to you guys because your children are on welfare supposedly, and they can't do that because they need your consent. A loan has to be by consent. So we're attacking. This is. Is this consumer debt or a commercial debt? Is the collection of this alleged child support debt repayment of a loan or as part of a federal offset? Look up federal offset. Whereas I understand it, I have not signed a document that authorized a loan for anything requiring repayment or collection practices for delinquency or to offset an alleged debt. Right? This is very well done. Look at all this. I got case laws. Somebody sent me paperwork, and here's the deal. These knuckleheads in child support, they think that they cannot be sued because theoretically, no state employee or any government employee under the 11th Amendment can be sued because they're supposedly sovereign. Okay. Remember we were talking about presumptions. That's under the presumption they're following the Constitution. Just like you're presumed innocent. You see how it works, how they play? But what I did was, I'm like, oh, by the way, that wonderful presumption that you think that you have where you think that I can't sue you, well, guess what? You're wrong. And I put the case law in showing that that's not true. Okay? Now, this is another big one. All right? This is about 15 pages. All right? This goes to the child support agency. And lastly, what we have here is the interrogatories. Now, what interrogatories are, it's for disclosures and discovery under the federal rules of evidence, under Federal Rule 33. Now, what you do, you're allowed to ask questions of these people pertaining to their opinion of law, and you're also asking for discovery of evidence. Where is that court order? Where is that court order you're claiming is telling you that you have to collect child support? And guess what? They can't produce it, or they're going to produce it. But then what you could do is you could take that to court and challenge it as because it wasn't properly following due process by getting a clerk's signature being recorded with the clerk's office. I did a video back in the summer where I went through the whole process where I sent a certified mail to the clerk's office. I threatened them that they're part of a felony, and they responded. They gave me a nice piece of paper showing that the child support order wasn't on file. Then I took that to court on August 22nd, and I showed it to the judge. If anybody watched the video, you'll see he accepts papers, and they're looking it over, and I showed them that, listen, hey, judge, there is no court order filed with the clerk's office, and every state, I guarantee you, has that law. All right? So you're allowed 25 questions, and here's the beauty of this. You can only use, let's say you want to use 15 questions. You use 15 questions, and you could save 10 for another time. Let's say they respond, and they could be slick. You could save another 10 questions to respond to their response, and they're not allowed to object. I did it. Trust me, guys. I dotted my I's and crossed my T's. All right, we got deprivation of rights. This is the case law. When a state officer acts under a state law in a manner violative of the federal constitution, he comes into conflict with the superior authority of that constitution, and he is in that case stripped of his official or representative character and is subjected to his person to the consequences of his individual conduct. The state has no power to impart on him immunity from responsibility to the supreme authority of the United States Constitution. United States and the Constitution. All right? This is about 10 pages. All right? Here's a good question. Is this organization the creditor as a result of the custodial mother agreeing to turn over to the state child support in exchange for welfare benefits? That's called assignment of support rights. They got to show you that she signed over the rights. A lot of things they're supposed to do, and they got to provide it. So, in the interrogatories. Now, people ask, well, Rick, where's the proof? What do you prove? Because guys are, I don't get you guys. Some of you guys, I can't say what I'm asking. It's nothing. It's nothing. And guys need proof. Hey, you need to get to work, guys. You need to do something. You don't need proof. You need to get to work. And I don't mean work, labor work. I mean get to work sending stuff like this out. Okay? Now look, I want to show you guys something. See all this? That's from me, doing all this work. That's from child support. Remember I told you? Look at all those certified mail. Look at that. Do I look like a scam artist? Does this look like somebody that's pulling a scam? Look at this. Look at that. Okay? That's all from the court. Look. All right, we got some wires, some bullshit. We got kitty litter. But look. November 4th, 2016. Notice of motion, objection to vacate default order. That's the federal equivalent of Federal Rule 60 for avoid judgment. Okay, that's for avoid judgment. Jurisdiction, judicial notice, and he issued on November 16th. There's a video where I say it's over, Johnny. That video, go watch that. I noticed. I think some of you that are new to my channel, you're only looking at my recent videos. You're not looking at my past videos, and you're doing yourself a disservice because I evolved into what I am now. When I first started, I was just like a crybaby and just showing it. And then I evolved into what I am now. All right? I'm good at this stuff. Okay? So this is what you're going to get for a nothing donation. Nothing. Okay? You need $150 just to go sit down with an attorney who won't give you a guarantee. All right? I've seen some people where the one guy who I exchanged emails with, his lawyer's threatening to quit because he's like, wait a second, I'm not giving my information on the affidavit, financial affidavit. He's got it right under the 4th Amendment, and his lawyer is like getting mad at him because he's asking all these questions because he's doing his job to find out his rights. Remember I told you, just ask these lawyers if they file the Constitution, they get mad because they just want you to give them money. You got me. I did all the work for you guys. I did it. This is all the work. It's going to make this very hard for them. Or you could just sit back and have them destroy your life further. All I can tell you, see all of this? This is because I don't take it in the ass. All right? That's what this is all about. This is all from that work. And see all this work here? That's this right here. This is a culmination of 4 years. All right. So listen. I hope to hear from some of you guys. Oh, by the way, I got bad news. I won't be answering any more questions. So if you need any help, not the guys that I talk to, obviously, but the guys that I've been with from the beginning. New guys that I don't know. You're interested in this, you got to make a donation, and once you make that donation for this, then you can ask me all the questions you want. But no more. You're not picking my brain anymore. I hate to be a jerk, but listen, that's the way life is sometimes. All I know is I wish that I had somebody like me. All right? I only met Amin Osiris about 1.5 years ago. By that time, I was already well into this. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks.